What's going on? Welcome to another edition of XFeed, where we go over all the happenings within crypto and Web3. We've been doing it for about a year now, Monday through Friday. And I have to say, it's very interesting. The uplifting attitude, the positivity, generally speaking, every day when you wake up and look at X. For a long time, you never really knew what you were going to see on the timeline, but now it's green, it's happiness, it's joy. And I'm seeing across several platforms that people are already selling. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. We get a big move. And again, it was a really big move in a short amount of time. But the headlines that are coming out every single day makes me think this may be a little bit more sustained than before thought. Just in Italy to cap crypto tax at 28%, reducing it from the initially proposed 42%. What kind of nations are wanting to attract the crypto nomad? The people that want to get out of potentially whatever country is unfriendly to crypto, which fewer and fewer are becoming that. But expect more headlines from these various countries. Yo, DJ Tozy, what's going on? Bitcoin is cool and all, but how about those aliens? I didn't watch what happened earlier, but from my understanding, the U.S. government said there's UFOs, and they went over it. So, Toasty, fill me in on what exactly was said. So, Xcopy, we've highlighted the very notable artist, and for the past few days, I don't know why, he keeps tweeting about cryptodes. Now, if you don't know what a cryptode is, well, it's your general NFT, except for the fact that it was made by an artist called Kremplin, who was very popular and did 80,000 ETH in total volume and still holding a relatively strong floor price. At one point, I believe these were like, I'm glad I looked at this because I was going to say like 9 ETH, and these were absolutely, well, for like a day, like a month. For like a month. So looking at this, the average price was 6.3. It got to as high as 16 for an average price over 827 sales. Coming down from 6 ETH, 5 ETH, 3 ETH, 2 ETH, 3 ETH. Actually held pretty long for around the 3 ETH range, which is pretty nuts. And all of a sudden a huge spike. And now we're kind of hovering around here. But these are continuing to sell. And again, I don't think there's necessarily anything more to it than just an art piece, because obviously some NFTs have a little bit more to it. But cryptodes are a collection of 69 small amphibious creatures trying to escape the tyrannical rule of the evil king Gremplin. Created by Gremplin with a small bit of help from his friends, this project is in the public domain. Feel free to use the toads in any way you want. Now, I forgot that it was with friends, because if we go to the customs here, if we like just type in the 1 of 1, here's all the ones that are 1 of 1, which look like more like a cool cat, right? So this is honoraries. I was trying to think of the word, but a lot of these look like they're honoraries. I'm trying to see if there's any ones that are like evidently by other artists, but you can see how some of them are definitely a lot different than the typical. Just in El Salvador, this is, of course, yesterday, El Salvador's Bitcoin investment surpasses $525 million in profit. The story is about MicroStrategy doing phenomenally. The story is about El Salvador and their Bitcoin venture doing phenomenally. These are all the headlines that are just going to keep getting fed. So much so that the local YMCA posted this. And I came across and I was shell-shocked. So unlock the world of cryptocurrencies and gaming. And again, remember, this is coming from YMCA, like YMCA, that has programs, swimming, pick up basketball, pick up soccer, whatever the hell it may be. And they're talking about crypto and gaming. Huh? Join our workshop to explore crypto assets, non-fungible tokens, NFTs, blockchain, and more. Discover how digital assets are transforming investment, betting, and gaming. Learn about risks, harms, and community support. So this is, initially I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. And then it's like, oh, this is like a gambling hotline. And I would have never thought that they would go in this. And then this is specifically targeted towards youth. And I'm just thinking in general, for somebody that's in like that youth age, right? Let's just say, I don't know, 14 to 18. I don't think you can even do anything in crypto. Like, you can get a wallet per se, right? But you can't actually fund that wallet unless you have something from like parents, relatives, friends that can somehow send you that. And then it wouldn't technically be your money in the first place. I mean, I get, and it's cool that there's like education being involved with it, but I just thought it was super, super weird coming from a place that just does fitness classes. But I guess it's supposed to be for the community overall. Parallel, we've kicked off mobile testing for Parallel TCG. What's going on with all these mobile games? Are we cooking or are we cooking? Over the next few weeks, we'll invite more people to test our mobile client. Our first player invites are going out now. So a lot of games really kind of targeting the PC crowd first, but the mobile engines are coming. So what ones really have an uptick from mobile gaming when it introduces themselves to that market? Which ones are short-lived? Which ones are sustainable? That's all the questions we have. Yesterday, maybe the day before, we highlighted the CEO of OpenSea, how he's got a cool cat PFP, right? Well, he decided we are going to go out and purchase a couple of CryptoPunks. CryptoPunk floor now at like 100K. Massive, massive sweeps across the entire space starting to happen, and including specifically cool cats. 13 of them went for 3.32 ETH, 10.8 thousand American dollars. I have no idea who the big whale is for cool cats, but things are happening. Toasty, basically there was a Senate hearing with former U.S. officers and journalists that talked about how the U.S. government has a program to retrieve UFOs and has knowledge of non-human intelligence. They didn't say it's aliens, but they said it could be, and some of them come out of the ocean apparently. Kind of wild to hear an official U.S. government hearing, but no one is really allowed to say anything specific about what the U.S. knows, so we didn't learn the juicy stuff. Now, listen, we've always been scared of the Loch Ness Monster in the big sea. Listen, we had right to be suspicious. True. Okay, so the biggest news in Web3 in a hot minute was that Doodles is collabing with McDonald's. This is happening in some form or fashion on the 18th. But what does it look like for the traditional crowd? And this made me really have a different perspective that I didn't clue into when it's happened, and you might view it a little different too. So someone tell me what this is. And okay, fair question. Somebody responds, an NFT. Another person says a coffee collab with NFT project The Doodles. And then somebody's saying Pharrell did not make the Doodles. So I'm assuming within whatever, like, because these are all comments, right, to like that news headline, I'm assuming somebody put the caption of Pharrell Williams Doodles is launching with McDonald's. Now, it's not necessarily wrong because Pharrell did do the Doodles soundtrack. But obviously he doesn't own it. He didn't create it. But the association, because everybody knows who Pharrell is and he's a part of the Doodles thing, it's his creation. These narratives end up getting spun, and similar to the likes of like Logan Paul, where everybody's saying, oh, he's Prime. What if that Prime company just ended up paying him oodles and oodles of money to be a part of that? Was it really his? Does it change anything per se? I mean, a little bit, but the narrative is really positive. If, hey, this isn't like some stupid digital asset that people don't like NFTs, it's, hey, this is like an art collection that Pharrell's a part of. Very nice positive spin. True. And Beal's saying this is when everyone floors their apes for Doodles. So going back in the day, all the time, whenever Bored Apes were going for like the ridiculous amounts they were, you could sell one and basically mass sweep a floor. And that happened in several locations. This happened for CryptoPunks, Genesis CyberKongs, whatever ones, people decided, hey, we're going to get out of kind of like the big purchase to have a bunch of minor ones. And we saw a huge uptick for Doodles yesterday. But just thinking about some of the higher end collections where really, if somebody sold like one Bored Ape right now, which is like 11 ETH into almost any ecosystem that's below 0.3 ETH, just sends it. But Carson, highlighting back the Ape Fest from New York. If you guys remember, there was 4 different days, and this is actually a really cool piece where they had several of the wristbands that were given out. Posters were handed out at the end of it for each of the 4 nights, and I guess there was stickers within the event, which I think I have a whole bunch of like ApeFest merch. So if anybody wants packaged ApeFest merch from a couple of years ago, we got a few of them. But this is really, really cool. You probably have seen it in your grocery stores where there's like Taylor Swift or some hockey frame set up kind of like this, and they're like, here's an auction, starting price $250, and you're like, get bent. Charles Hoskinson, you know what's unstoppable? When the entire crypto space comes together and unifies to take the industry to the next level. We won't stop for a rest until there are 1 billion blockchain users. Just bullishness everywhere. Love it, love it, love it. Bill Noble saying there's no end to this, referencing a post from Andrew who says, update, the BlackRock IBIT adds 730 million inflows today. That's 1.5 billion this week, nearly 3 billion in the past 4 trading sessions. Expect another 1 billion plus for the rest of the week for IBIT. Accelerate. Jeez. Feeling bullish. Oh my God. Frosty's here with the take, just talking about Other Side. For anybody that doesn't know what Other Side is, basically Yuga Labs and Bored Apes had a massive sale a long time ago that was using ApeCoin that cost a ton of money, massive gas wars, wrecked a lot of people. Obviously, these things take time to build, so it's caught a ton of flack overall. And basically, it's just supposed to be one of the metaverse plays. And a lot of people are very bullish on what Other Side is doing. But obviously, there's kind of him and Han between how things went, what's going on now. Obviously, Ape Chain's looking like is being a huge success. But let's go over on what the thoughts are here from Frosty's. Other Side currently have a market cap of around 60 to 80 million, considering the floor and giving some weight to rares. Now, I love that we're talking about market cap for NFT collections, for crypto, everything. I feel like people don't pay attention enough to the numbers and heights that they're at. Sentiment is still on an all-time low, and there are many issues. Nevertheless, I think it's criminally undervalued. Why? Some key factors. The funds from the mint got pretty hard devalued as ApeCoin didn't perform as well as we all know. So this is actually a crazy, take in a way, because when you think about it, if they actually pulled in all of that ApeCoin, unless they sold it at the peak when it was going for like $20 a coin, I mean, the token at one point was like 60 cents over this past year. So from $20 to like 60 cents, that's an insane crush if you have a ton of those tokens, which they do. Nevertheless, royalties compensated here a lot as the volume on other deeds was crazy. Additionally, Yuga raised $450 million from VCs. Totally forgot that happened. $450 million. So let's say they basically have at least $400 million to build this out. Some missteps happened, which for sure weren't cheap. We all know that Garga listens to the community. For me, a big sign was his actions when he took over the leadership again. And to repeat on this, Bored Ape Yacht Club and Yuga was this entity that was like 4 or 5 people initially. And then they brought in Daniel Allegre and some of these big shot bigwigs that were supposed to know what they're doing. And if you've listened to Garga talk about any of these people, he just shreds them. He's like, they have no idea what's going on. That was a stupid idea. Regret, 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 regret. Besides that, they lifted the marketplace ban, which was a huge mistake to ever make, but I would say it was the idea of someone who didn't understand the most important principle in crypto, freedom to transact. Yeah, that was another thing where they removed the ability to change, swap on certain marketplaces, would just killed a lot of price action. Now at the regular events and soon Project Nexus, we'll see the next step ahead with a huge milestone. Bear market was dirty, but I think Crypto Garga and the team have finally a clear vision and a way forward. So really, the only response I guess I have to this is just, I mean, if the crypto market picks up, people are going to feel like they want to spend again, and that's really all you need. The narratives pick up for themselves, and you're off to the races potentially. Meme coins stealing all the attention and capital. NFTs are getting more attention, but I think it's just because people have more capital now. Yeah, Toasty, totally agree with that, and I think we're going to see, so the McDonald's collab for Doodles, there was nothing even for that except for, hey, they partnered with McDonald's. Did people have that reaction when they partnered with G-Shock, when they partnered with, I forget some of the other ones that they had, but is it the same reaction to all of them? Is it hype for a day and then it kind of dwindles? What does this McDonald's thing look like? Is it now just a nostalgia feature where we just like the art and there's no other expectations? People like the show. And if that is the case, that's actually amazing. That is awesome, because this is the question we've had all the time for these collections that are based off an avatar, based off the success of a show. Obviously, people have hopes of, hey, if they drop something else, we want to collect their collectibles. And we still have a lot of the times where if you want to collect something, not only is it not even gate locked, it costs you money to continue to do so. So it's okay, you have something when you're a part of another community, but if people just value that and they like the representation and there's nothing more to that, that's actually phenomenal for the space in general, I think. Dan Tapiro is saying, it's so good it's hard to sleep. Can it really be all this good? Can all of this really be happening? Finally. True, we were watching the charts last night until wee hours in the morning, because some of the stuff was just God candling. Unreal. Hopefully you guys are feeling good about things, because yeesh, we're moving. So OSF making a general comment here. As a centralized exchange, you don't want to have a reputation of being a sell the news exchange. How do you change that? Start listing coins at 10 to 100 mil market cap. We're talking about market cap, and one specifically 100 mil or under. Oh, who else has been screaming that for the last little bit? True. They have a higher likelihood to settle meaningfully higher compared to coins with a 500 to 1 billion market cap, which I don't know. I go on my timeline and people are shilling me coins that are like about that, saying they're crazy undervalued. I'm like, okay, to a point, but that's kind of high. Where whales are probably already looking for that centralized exchange exit liquidity. Exactly. Kind of makes me bullish on coins in the 10 to 100 million bucket that are able to develop strong, sustained communities. Well, I don't know. We've been covering a couple of them, to be honest, throughout the past few years. See how they do. One of them went crazy last night. Justin, Robinhood lists Pepe Solana Sol. Wait. Hold on a minute. So, if you haven't heard, everything got listed today. And I mean like everything across like several exchanges. So Robinhood has Pepe, Solana, Cardano, and XRP, right? And then you go over to Coinbase. Well, okay, they've listed Pepe too, but they delisted it before. And they have dog with hat. Whiff. Remember, it's not dog with, it's whiff hat. So all these meme coins are getting listed. Now, obviously, Solana is not a meme coin. Cardano is arguably not a meme coin. XRP is not a meme coin. But that's on Robinhood. But then everything is happening. When root listing? That is the question we're all asking. True. But breaking, Bitcoin flipped oil company Saudi Aramco in market cap to become the 7th largest asset in the world. I mean, holy smokes. 88 and XRP are meme coins. Don't lie. Listen, I mean, it's all about it's a consensus vote, right? Like if we were going to put a poll out there and ask if they were meme coins, I feel like people would generally vote no. Now, I agree with you generally speaking. Well, I'm just saying it's all about the mass faculty. Yo, Sneaker Alchemy, what's going on? How are we doing? It's been a while. Factual, good sir. Are you in the market? What's going on? What's the vibe like? We need to know. So Shamdu's back as well, if anybody hasn't seen. Evidently, the cycle movement is already extremely accelerated, though I think once we pass 100K, there's going to be so much media coverage that we will see a God candle completely unwitnessed before. Blink and you miss it. Again, I have not been hit up by anybody in the traditional world. I like how we call it traditional world. But I haven't had any friends, and I know like a lot of people know that we're in the space, so like are people not paying attention? Is it just going to be, hey, Bitcoin is at 100K, and they look at the chart, and they're like, wow, like less than a month ago, it was $40,000 less. It's insane. The movement over the past few days has really been... I don't even know what you call it. The Pepe I sold to finance my post-ETH Denver trip to Breckenridge is now worth a Porsche 911. Okay, so again, Pepe got listed on a couple exchanges, which means the tokens go completely flying. And what is a Porsche 911 cost? $120,000 to $260,000. So whatever they probably sold, maybe for $1,000, maybe for $2,000, maybe for $3,000, is potentially worth up to $260,000. This is where the mental games begin for those that are not seasoned. I've been stacking the past 3 years. NFTs did me dirty at the end of the bull, but I learned a lot in the cycle. I'm big into memes. Yo, hell yeah. I love to see that. Yeah, I mean, I got decimated on a few different plays as well. But I think one of the cool things with this is it's a huge life lesson. We've been following the space and we get to learn about it. And now we're at a point where, we're glad we stuck with it, even though times ended up not being very, very bad. Very, very bad. So speaking of NFTs, it ended up absolutely wrecking people. Proof. Oh my God. So for those that don't know, Proof is one of the collectives that was started by Kevin Rose. Now, Kevin Rose is a big podcaster. He was in the space and then I don't know, everything just went completely downhill. The team that he was associated with, there was all the sketchiness around like the mint in general. Parting of ways between team members. There was just problems, but they were focused on a 3-year art collab, and some of their like in-person events ended up getting canceling for whatever reason. So let's see what they had to say. Proof Collective in December 2021, we launched the Collective Pass, which on secondary went all the way up to 100 ETH, by the way. 100 500 ETH, which granted holders a 3-year membership into our art collecting community. After nearly 3 years of incredible artist collaborations, art-focused storytelling, and memorable events, we have reached the end of the collective pass. Read the article below for what this means moving forward. And going in the article here, the dynamics tools like MintPad, Believer, Manifold, they were supposed to do like this huge metaverse thing or like some kind of social, like they literally scrapped everything they were supposed to be doing, from my understanding, unless that was only on the Moonbird side, but the whole thing was kind of connected in a way. So we want to thank everyone for the community you've all done for us. If you attend our events, watch our videos, been a grail, join the collective, which you're part of legacy. Yeah, okay. In quotes, we rugged you, but we called our shot, and that's on you. This space is so unserious sometimes. Thanks, Kevin Rose, for doxing me when I called you out for doing exactly this on every past venture you've ever done. Cannot believe they raised $50 million and then it folded it too. So yeah, I mean, we had there was the people that were doing a recurve. Recurve was things that had like Care Bears, it had Rugrats, all of these different NFT collections. They got like 80 mil, shut down, took the money, ran. That's why there's all these questions about different funds within Web3 that are associated with ecosystems, because people look legit and then things, I mean, to be fair, some things just like happen, right? That are like super crappy, but then other things they've been like massively sussed out ahead of time, where like the Grapes collection. If you guys remember the Grapes collection, we posted a YouTube video and I was kind of interested at the beginning of it. But then they were talking about how they were going to like generate revenue and give it back to holders. And they were doing these Fortnite and Roblox experiences. And I'm like, I don't get how any of that ends up bringing value to these collections. The founders end up selling off. Initially, the NFTs go for like 4 ETH. The token generation event kind of completely flops. It all goes away. The founders sell the project. And I'm like, this just keeps happening over and over again. And it's a horrible, horrible, horrible look. Crypto is the future. Even if I got wrecked last cycle, I would have figured out how to get back in. Hell yeah. Do you get back into getting a 9 to 5? Not in the traditional sense. I do have like a bunch of gigs per se, but not like a strict 9 to 5 that I used to. Although the job that I did have did hit me up and was like, yo, let us know if you ever want to come back. And I was like, thanks, dog. Thanks, dog. That Tame Impala party they did was fire, though. Yo, Tame Impala. What in the hell is that? Toasting. Give me some lowdown on what that is. Whale.mocha. People who are now saying that NFTs are making a comeback have clearly not paid any attention to what many teams have been built over the bear market. True. But of course, if you're just joining us now, we have the entire year where we have recapped a whole bunch of stuff. You can go watch all the live streams. They're about 30 minutes to an hour. Enjoy. Probably take you a week to finish it. Anyway, the McDonald's announcement is huge for Web3, but Doodle's already had partnerships with globally recognized brands before that. Azuki has brought world-class anime producers into the team. True. Pudgy Toys are in countless stores of the biggest retail chains. Bored Apes are in the highest mobile game ranking in the App Store for Dookie Dash. We have IP on drinks, Rec Guy, trading cards, chimpers, and more. NFTs don't need to come back because they never left. It's funny to read these things because, like, I mean, now we're suddenly have positive price action, but is this just because the overall crypto market is better, or are people like actually excited about what's going on? And again, like the McDonald's collab was pretty big. It's a band that performed at one of their parties. Okay, W. I didn't get another job after COVID, but I've kept up my reselling of sneakers and I rolled it back into crypto. Hell yeah. Yo, is there any people that do like tokenized sneakers, if that makes sense? Because we've been following a lot more things that are like tokenizing different real world collectibles. And I'd love to know if there's anything around there that you've seen. So Odell Beckham Jr. He's one of the athletes that wanted to get paid in Bitcoin. So who said taking my RAM salary in Bitcoin was dumb again? Remember, these guys got cooked on a national scale for saying they wanted their payment in crypto. And now it is looking like that was a good decision on their part. And then somebody swept $1 million of CryptoPunks yesterday. Or, well, I guess actually this was today at 2:11. Yeah. Sorry, excuse me. But imagine having $1 million just sitting around being like, hey, the market's good to go. Let's full send. And you're just like, hell yeah, brother. Crazy. StockX says NFTs you can buy and redeem for sneakers. Oh, that's actually interesting. I didn't know. Wait, really? Hit me up on Discord if you want with the link to that, Mr. Toasty. And don't check the previous DMs if you know what I'm saying. Well, everyone is hyped about the Doodles x McDonald's collab. Take a moment to zoom out and consider what it means for the future of fandom. Our passion is being noticed and rewarded by Web2 brands. Let's explore a few examples. Now, he goes over a couple of different things, but this is the initial off this is phenomenal. because from day one, we've kind of said, hey, there's like air miles rewards, there's gaming store rewards, and all these brands don't really have any of these rewards, but people spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on collectibles. I saw a guy the other day that was posting about all of their Los Angeles Lakers collectibles. They also had like Shohei Ohtani cards, all graded, insane collection. Did they get anything for potentially spending $100,000? That's kind of exclusive to like a big buyer that's a very unique collectible from the brand itself? No. But if there was a Web 2 connection, they might be. They could be. You never know. The experiences, everything is about to change. Okay, so the Coinbase app. Currently, it's ranked at number 13 overall, which it's been moving, but for the finance app, it's number 1. And what everybody used to say before was that whenever we had one of the crypto exchanges in general hit the top of the App Store, that's the time to sell. It's happened, but is it the time to sell? That is the question. Just in BlackRock's spot ETF recorded $5 billion in volume today for the first time ever. One more time, just in BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF recorded $5 billion in volume today for the first time. I don't know. You think it slows down or you think it picks up even more? We've also had a new Bitcoin all-time high today. $93,000. Holy sugar shit. Like, wow. We're moving. Unbelievable. Yo, Sneaker Alchemy, thank you so much for coming on the stream. Mr. DJ Toasty, you as well. Hope you hit me up. Again, don't read the last DM if you know what I'm saying. Crazy. But thank you guys so much for tuning on in general. It's been an electric week. Are we going to continue? Is Friday going to be awful? I feel like once we've hit the weekend, we've actually done like pretty nuts. And then especially like Sunday night, right, going into Monday, charts moving and everybody starts saying, yo, what's going to happen first thing in the morning when all the suits get together? And they're like, it's time to buy our bags, essentially. Love it. All right. I'll talk soon. Peace.